Welcome to a blast from the past. The Durgod Fusion is the next best thing from the future and the past with this retro looking board. This is only the beta version, but here I have the original version, while it also comes in two other colorways. Let's see what this wireless mechanical retro keyboard can do. The Durgod Fusion is a board with obvious design cues for a retro theme, and I can't help but love it. The layout is 65%, which is a great form factor for gaming, in my opinion. It comes in a variety of cherry switches. The board I have is using reds, which are fine for me as long as they aren't blues or browns. The board can connect via Bluetooth or a 2.4 GHz connection via dongle, which oddly enough didn't come included with mine. Hopefully they'll get that fixed when they go into production. The board comes with two cables, a USB-C to USB-C and a USB-C to USB-A, which I thought was interesting. It also comes with a mousepad fabric coaster, also interesting, Velcro ties, and a keycap puller. The board does have a detachable USB-C port, which is fantastic. There aren't any RGBs, but this board's aesthetic alone should be enough to tie you over. It does for me. There's also kickstands on the bottom, but I found the board to have a decent pre-existing angle anyways, but I like the option that it's still there. Connectivity is fine. I rarely use Bluetooth, especially for gaming, but I have no opinion on the dongle connection since mine didn't come with one. Anyways, if you have a nice cable to pair with the board, you'll want this plugged in anyways. Now let's get into the quality of the board. Right off the bat, the entire thing is plastic, except for the plate, which is aluminum, which is fine, but the board is also very light, giving the perception of something cheaper. However, the board doesn't flex much while under pressure, which is not bad for a board around 1 kilogram. The switches are fine for what they are. They are scratchy, as Cherry is known for, but a bit of lube in the switches would help that. But this is hindered all by the fact that the switches are soldered in, which is unfortunate. The keycaps are really nice quality in my opinion, and the spacebar has a rounded edge, which I oddly really like. They are double shot PBT keycaps. The caps aren't super thick like ePBT or GMK, but they are definitely thicker than your standard keycap that comes on most boards and eliminates that super plasticky feeling. All the legends look good for what they are. There are slight inconsistencies in the legends, but for the most part they're a very decent set for what the board is. Also, the spacebar has a decent lattice structure inside of it to break up that hollow sound that you usually find inside of spacebars. Also gives it a little bit more rigidity since it is PBT, and PBT is prone to warping. The stabilizers seem to be standard cherry plate mounted clip-ins, but with a bit of lube and modification could sound a lot better. Speaking of sounds, here's what the board sounds like completely stock. Honestly, the rattle isn't terrible on the modifier keys, but the ping can be apparent on the Cherry switches. I'm not sure if it would be picked up on camera, but Cherry springs are very pingy. To most people, however, they won't mind. If you're a keyboard enthusiast, you'll certainly notice. So the big thing that this comes down to is price. And right now, I can't find an official price on it. I've seen some people noting that the early marketing for this board mentioned early bird prices to be $100 and full retail would be around $200. I would definitely pay $100 for this board, but $200, I don't think it's worth that at all. It would need to have a 5-pin hot swap and screw-in stabilizers, or have a non-capacitive switch like Topra as options. I appreciate that it's wireless for both Bluetooth and dongle connection. I love the aesthetic and overall quality. I just hope that they're asking the right price for this board, unless everyone thinks the retro theme's worth the upmarket price. If you want to see more content like this, consider checking out the rest of the channel and subscribing. I'm JD, and I'll catch you in the next one. Bye.